I get asked a lot, how hot is it in Tampa? In this video, we're going to talk about some specifics about the seasons and about the weather. Stick around. If this is your first time coming by the Living in Tampa, Florida channel, thanks for stopping by. I'm Sam, and every single week we release videos about what it's like to live, work, play, and move to the Tampa, Florida area. I am a licensed realtor in the state of Florida, so if you have any real estate specific questions or needs, please don't hesitate to give me a call or send me an email, shoot me a text. My phone number and email are right there on the screen. I would love to hear from you. I would love to connect. And if this information is useful to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get a notification for every one of our new videos. This week, we're talking about the weather. Over the weekend, I was thinking about my friend Patrick. I used to live in Colorado, and on one morning I was spending some time with him. We were sitting on his front porch, and it was actually May. Colorado is still kind of chilly in May. I think it was around 50 to 55 degrees. We were sitting on his front porch. I was wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. He was wearing shorts and a t-shirt and maybe some house shoes. Slippers? Yeah, slippers. Whatever you want to call them. And we were just sitting there. I was starting to get kind of cold. I was ready to go inside. He seemed perfectly comfortable. If you're like him, it's probably too hot here for you. It's probably too hot here for Patrick. But I was kind of cold in that situation. I really like the heat. I'm not nervous about sweating while I'm outside. I'm not nervous about the humidity or about the sunshine. I like it. Right now, this time of year, the Tampa area feels really tropical because it's starting to get kind of rainy, it's very muggy, and it feels kind of like an island. I've spent a little bit of time in Maui, and it feels very similar here in Florida right now. If you've ever spent any time in Hawaii or any other islands, Florida has some seasons that feel very similar, especially along the coastlines. I'm sure more inland like Orlando doesn't feel quite the same, but if you're in Tampa or the Tampa area, you're getting a lot of those very, very tropical kind of vibes with the weather. And the reality is, it is pretty hot most of the year. So if that's something you're not into, Florida's probably not the place for you. The Tampa area is probably not the place for you. If you're wanting to have very moderate weather, this probably isn't the place. Of course, it is moderate, but on the high end. So that the temperature doesn't swing quite as much. You know, most days you're going to get like a 10 degree fluctuation. Instead of places like the upper Midwest or even Colorado where I'm from, where you get swings that are, 30, 40 degrees in a day. We really don't ever have that here. So I'm going to spend some of this video showing you some charts. That might be boring to you. If it is, you can stop watching the video now and just remember that I said Tampa's hot, maybe hotter than you expect. But we're going to look at some charts. I want to show you the seasons a little bit. When I say seasons, I mean I want to show you the hard season, May to October, where it's hot and muggy and rainy and cloudy. None of those things actually sound that great combined. Maybe if it's just like hot, you might like it if you're going to the beach a lot or something like that. But you mix hot and muggy, and then you add in rainy. It's like, this is confusing. Just make up your mind. Just be one way or the other. But that is part of living by the water. You get this stormy season, and it's not for everybody. So let's get into it. All right, let's take a look at some of the different seasons here in the Tampa area. I love this description from WeatherSpark. In Tampa, the summers are long, hot, oppressive, wet, and mostly cloudy. And the winters are short, cool, windy, and partly cloudy. Doesn't sound too great. Overall, it doesn't sound too great, but let's get into some of the specifics. Also here from WeatherSpark, kind of the overall high and low of the area is right around that range of 90 to 52. So it does get over 90 occasionally. It does get below 52 occasionally, but also not that often. Okay, if we look at this climate summary chart here, you can kind of see how much weather is concentrated in those summer months, that May to October. It's hot, it's muggy, it's raining a lot, and it's overcast a lot. So maybe you're thinking about moving to Tampa. You're thinking, I want to be in the sunshine. I want to be on the beach. And you're worried that it's going to be too cloudy. The cloudy season's really kind of May to October. And the funny thing about it here is it is kind of cloudy during that time. And then the sun breaks through and it's nice and hot for a couple hours. And then the clouds come back and it's kind of nice to be covered. If the sun was just beating down that whole time, it would be pretty overwhelming. And you do get plenty of days where it's completely sunny, but it's just kind of rare. Another big topic for people thinking about moving here is the humidity. Humidity affects people very differently. Of course, it might affect your hair in a negative way, it might affect your skin in a positive way, but it also just feels kind of gross. I don't even know how else to describe it. It feels like you're like walking into like a sauna outside during certain times of the year. And it really does feel like that here. Like, that's not an exaggeration. So if you like really, really hate humidity, then this place probably is not for you. Honestly, I don't mind it that much. Where I grew up in Oklahoma is also very, very humid. And we don't have any oceans. We don't have any breeze coming from the sea. Like, it's very different kind of humid, where you just feel like kind of landlocked and trapped. And there's a lot of places in Florida where you will get that feel of being like very landlocked and trapped in the humidity. Orlando being one of those. Okay, let's look at the rain. You can see you get most of the rain is also in that same season, kind of between May and October. It's when it's cloudy, rainy, and humid and hot. May to October. So that's a few months that where, the weather isn't ideal. And then hopefully the winter usually makes up for it. Previously, I've talked about the shed I built in the low part of our yard. It's rained the past few days, and you can see how difficult it is for me to get in my shed based on this picture. I need to build a ramp, obviously. Haven't gotten around to that yet because it's been kind of the dry season, and now we got a few wet days, and I can't get in there without wading in a few inches of water. All right, this chart that talks about the humidity, it uses the words oppressive and miserable to describe the humidity levels. So this chart uses these terms, muggy, oppressive, miserable, and they are basing this on whether or not it is dry enough outside for the sweat to evaporate from your skin. So if the sweat won't evaporate from your skin, you don't cool off, and you just feel kind of trapped in your sweat. That's what they are referring to as oppressive and miserable. And that kind of whole muggy season right there in the middle is that season where your sweat is not evaporating from your skin because the dew point is too low. The dew point is too high. And this muggier period lasts around 7 months of the year. So from April to November is where the comfort level is considered muggy. The miserable time only being 36% of the year, and the really muggiest time of the whole year being August. Reality is, it's really hot down here. If you are like me and you're comfortable in the heat, you're not complaining about it, you're not worried about it being hot, then I think you'll feel fine down here. But if you are that person that when it hits 60, 50 degrees, you're still wearing shorts and you're so thankful that it's like nice outside, it's probably going to be too hot for you. Now, don't get me wrong, I might wear shorts occasionally in 50-degree weather, but I'm probably wearing a sweatshirt on the top, and I'm only doing it for a little while. And that's it. Florida's hot. It's muggy. It's rainy. But I actually kind of like it, and you might too, but you might not. And I want to be honest about that. I want you to have the information to make the right decision for you. If you found this video useful, please hit that like button, maybe comment down below, tell me what you liked. And if you want to catch all of these videos, Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get a notification for every one of our new videos. Again, please reach out with any real estate specific questions or needs. I would love to help you. I would love to talk to you. My phone number and email are right there on the screen. Thanks for coming by. See you soon.